Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Friday. I want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. I have a very quick word for you. Tap in. Happy Friday, guys. Currently driving. I have a quick second. I wanted to share this. That door is about to reopen. That door is about to reopen. And you, yourself, you know what that door is. There's not a time frame on either when this door closed or when the door just refused to open. No matter how much you were knocking on it, no matter how much you felt God was leading you to that door, for some reason that door was blocked. In fact, some of you may have had entry into the door and then you got pushed back out, right? So get in where you fit in. So there's no time frame, if you will, but for some reason it feels more like that 2, 3, 4, 5 year mark. In fact, it's not a recent door that you tried to open. It's been some years ago. But here's what I really wanted to share, right? Because I mean, I'm sure you guys already know that. You can feel it in the spiritual realm. You feel certain desires starting to awaken again, but it's different. It's not all that giddy, like all that excitement that you initially felt when God first gave you the revelation. But here's the meat of it. You got to stay out your feelings. Here's what the enemy is going to try to trap you off with. You're going to have a side eye because it's going to be that like, you didn't recognize it then. Like, that's your bad. Right? Don't allow your emotions, seeds of rejection, trauma, triggers, and wounds to keep you so much in your feelings that you jeopardize the very door that God was always going to open. So instead of getting in your feelings in the sense of you're bad, you're lost, you didn't recognize it, right? Stay where you are. We're good now. Right? Instead of seeing it like that, see it like this. It was always the right door. It was just the wrong timing. If you're honest with yourself, God has truly developed your character in these last several years. Now, you're fickle right now. Not everybody, right? We're fickle right now because of course, what I've been speaking about the last several recordings, right? We took major hits, distractions got up in there, counterfeits up in there, all that stuff, right? But it's okay. This is why God is pulling us back in alignment. This is why he's exposing people that you were blind to. Like he's pulling the mask off now. It's because the door is about to open. So all the counterfeits, let it be people, places, or things, are being exposed. However he decides to expose that, we got to stare at our feelings and stop seeing it as, oh, this person did this to me, now I'm going to lie. No. Let that go. Let God deal with people. This ain't your fight. The enemy is going to try to distract you to get your hands dirty with people. That's not your job, honey. God is... Listen, let God deal with folks. That's not your job. Your job is to let God do what he do while keeping your spirit pure so that when he opens the door, you will be able to walk in that door with no residue from all of the counterfeits that you picked up in this last season. But it's going to be hard because as chosen people, we have an issue when you don't value us from the jump. We have an issue when you don't see our value when everyone else can see it. We have an issue when we're loyal to you and you can't even bring nothing to us. Right? So we have these hang-ups that once we leave you, we'll see you when Jesus come home. But this ain't that. This ain't that. This is spiritual. This door is spiritual. This is what God always needed. So you got to get up out of your feelings thinking that the person fumbled you, or the person couldn't see you, or the person couldn't see the whole counterfeit on their end, or they blocked you out because you weren't maybe good enough to get in their, I don't know, maybe like their meetings or things like that, or whatever. Listen, God is shifting and shaking things up. See, we only know about the things that we see on the TV or the social media or whatever, but that's like the celebrity side of things. There are everyday people. I mean, they're everyday people too, but there are everyday people that you know who you have not been in contact with, who are going through shifting and shaking as well. So a lot of the times with shifting and shaking, it opens your eyes to truth. It exposes all of the counterfeit, the same way your counterfeits are being exposed, their counterfeits are being exposed. So God is shaking and shifting things out of the way. This is what it looks like when God fights your battles. See, we got disappointed because we were trying to get ahead of God. We were trying to make it happen. It was never our job to make it happen. Our only job was to be in alignment and to prepare and do what God told us to do, even if that meant wait. But the download came clear as day that the doors are about to open, but some of us are going to be in our feelings, side-eyeing people. Don't block the blessing. Don't block the blessing. Because truth is, once that door opens, it's going to be better than you initially thought. See, you were only thinking ceiling level. God always knew that once that door opened, it's going to elevate you and skyrocket you in your ministry and whatever it is that how he's going to use you. It's going to take it up so many. See, when God moves, he don't move like, I can't explain it. Well, you guys know. You don't just go from, well, it depends. Sometimes you might go from a level to a level, but then there are seasons where when your wait is longer and he has really worked on certain things throughout that wait, it's almost like when he opens the door, it excels you several levels at a time. So you get to skip certain levels. This is why they say you don't waste time while waiting on God. Because when the door opens, he skips you up levels. The people on the other side of the door, I was going to say they may be empathetic, but I think that would only be in relation to the people who, I don't know, picked it up spiritually where you are. But on the other side of that, the person may not be empathetic. The people may not be empathetic. They were blind. So they didn't even know. They couldn't see you. So it's not their fault. So don't go up in these rooms waiting for an apology. Like, do you have something you want to tell me? You got something you want to say? They don't know. They were blind. The same you were blind. Why are you just realizing that you got a whole demon in your bed? God is just removing these scales. You were blind. Look in their eyes. A whole demon. They were blind. This is the season. This is why you were attacked. The most major attack you ever took. You came out of it. The enemy tried to snatch your mind so you couldn't make it to this door. He thought you would be up in a mental hospital right now, but God couldn't get you there. So what do? He sent you some demons, sent you some narcissists, sent you some counterfeits. You mess around, got the souls high. But God removed the scales, convicted you to walk away. This is why you got to make sure you're on point. I don't care about no feelings. I don't care about no emotions. I don't care about no good sex. You shouldn't be doing that anyway. I'm making the point here. Right? I don't care about none of that foolishness. If God says walk, you better walk. Because when this door... See, God... Y'all, listen. Whoo, honey, I'm sitting outside the post office, but my spirit is ignited. Sometimes, a lot of the times, God is not going to bring you something when something is still occupying the space. A lot of people get it wrong here, and I don't know, I can't say that never happens, but a lot of the times God is going to require you to move things first. But a lot of people will get trapped here because it almost feels as if he's asking you to remove something, someone, and you don't already see the replacement or see like the next season. It can trigger your abandonment wounds if you have those. It can be trauma triggers, because it's like, why would I remove something, even if it's toxic, it's comfortable? Why would I remove something when I don't even know something else is coming? That's not faith. That's not faith. That's not faith. So sometimes God's going to push you, right? Push you to the edge. Are you going to trust me or not? Because I'm not going to sit here and get debate with you about why I gotta move a person because you asked him to move it. I don't see the other one yet. Nobody got time for that foolishness. Either you're gonna do it or he'll find somebody else to do it. Period. He got choices. On that note, I gotta go. Guys, get ready. The door's about to open. But most importantly, get up out of your flesh and up out of your feelings, because more than likely these people they knew you existed, but they were blind. They knew you existed, but they had their own demons. They knew you existed, but it was giants in the territory. They knew you existed, but God didn't give them the okay yet. They knew you existed, but God needed to level you up some more, help you to master discipline. There were certain spiritual and demonic forces that were too strong for you to even try to. You were too broken. God increased your fire in that weight. Let's be real. Now, we're not speaking about, the last season when we took major hits. We're talking about before that. Before the major hit, y'all know our discipline level. Oh, honey, we were something serious. Now we slipping, but we getting back on point, right? Oh, we're back on point. We're back on point. Stay out your feelings. This is spiritual. This ain't about you, boo. But now they see you. Stay tuned. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.